Kentucky Senator Rand Paul said last year ISIS was able to capture large areas of Iraq due to arms transfers from moderates, so-called, in Syria, fighting a proxy war against the government of Bashar al-Assad. Now, let's just remember here, and again, we have the clip up on Infowars.com with the president, but it's in, of Iraq, but it's in Arabic, so you can go watch it if you want to see that Iraqi news report. The point here is we know this is what's going on. And the question is the West creating a proxy war so Shiites and Sunnis kill each other and they're going to break Iraq up in pieces? Well, we know that's part of the plan. Is it a real war where they might push one group or the other out? Is Saudi Arabia at war with Iran right now? We know they said they want to join Israel in a joint strike on Iran. Is there really a split between Obama and Netanyahu over all this? Because we know Obama and Netanyahu and other Western leaders are all in there aiding the al-Qaeda and Wahhabist forces, the ISIS forces, in the last 4 years to go into Syria. Now, have they really stopped working with them now? And are they doubling back to try to defeat them because they're not following orders? Or is Israel now backing ISIL, ISIS and its Islamic State? Or is Israel now not backing either side? This is the reality of what's going on. Is this a real power split? All I know is this. I don't like working with, quote, the Iranians, proxy war inside Iraq. But at the same time, the Iranians did not launch any of these attacks. The Iranians are not the ones that went into Syria and started all this. The Iranians aren't the ones involved. It was the Saudi Arabians and al-Qaeda and the West at Benghazi. So you look at all these pieces, it goes from bad to worse. What do you think's really going on? I'll ask our guest for the next hour, and we'll open the phones up on that subject to get your take on it. But the good news is, even though it's over-the-top wild sounding that our government and other governments are funding both the Iranians and al-Qaeda under the name ISIS and ISIL, but people accept that now and know it's true. It sounds wild to say the Federal Reserve is really privately owned and has hijacked the country since 1913. Now most Americans in polls want it audited, abolished, and know that it is a predatory group. Most gun owners now say Obama is becoming a dictator and a criminal and is illegitimate, and they won't turn in their guns if he tries outright gun bans. This latest ammo ban is a test. That's good that people see it for what it is. So the good news is people are waking up. The bad news is people are waking up and addressing the problem. The bad news is the globalists are just going forward because they don't have another choice. They believe they need to fail forward and just try to take everything over, and then in the end, they'll be able to reign supreme. I don't know if that's actually the case. Separately, it's going to be up to what we do, you the listeners do, getting the talking point out that we are in deep trouble. We have criminals in charge that are trying to cement a dictatorial takeover by the executive branch and special interest. The dictators will come and go, but the office of the presidency is becoming dictatorial, and we have to let that really sink in, how epic it is in a bad way that we are now at this crossroads. We're at the crossroads. Folks are waking up. The sleeping giant is rubbing sleep from its eyes. We've got a chance to try to turn this around, but we're realizing that we are in deep, deep trouble. It's kind of like if you were sleeping in an old Spanish galleon and you ran into an iceberg or into a reef and the boat in just a matter of seconds smashed and you were thrown out into the cold water, hit your head, sunk down for a minute, but you woke up, you started coughing some of the salt water out of your lungs and started swimming towards the surface. You could see a light up there, moonlight. But you get to the surface, you're bleeding. Some of your fingers are cut off. Your head's bleeding. You got a big cut down your back, and there's reef. And you got to climb up on the reef, and the reef's cutting you. And you see a barrel. You see some wood. You see some other sailors. You're trying to get to it. At least we're not in a coma. At least we're not going to the bottom of Davy Jones' locker. We got a chance to get to a life raft. We got a chance to turn this around. But, folks, we already hit the reef. And so we're coming up to the surface now, And a lot of people don't want to come up to the surface. They want to just stay down there in Davy Jones' locker, knock yourselves out. But don't grab my feet. Don't tell me this isn't happening. Don't sit there all satisfied and go, oh, whatever, conspiracy theorists, nothing's happening. Because here's the news. This world government is coming into fruition. Total tyranny is expanding worldwide. Destabilization programs to bring in a planetary regime of fabled corruption is now here. And so living in denial doesn't control reality. You're not Karl Rove. You're not in charge of things, so you don't control the narrative. And by the way, he didn't really control the narrative either when he said that we control reality, we're history's actors now. We're an empire. So the fight between delusion and reality is now on. The future of the world is being decided. And it's time for people to decide which side they're going to be on, because it is epic, 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 epic. When we come back, Hillary is in deep trouble. What she's done is criminal. And Petraeus is getting a conviction for it. She should too.
By now, you heard about Bitcoins, but did you know that over 65,000 businesses accept Bitcoins? Listen, if you're already earning Bitcoins or trying to make money in the Bitcoin market, you've got to know BidBit.co, because at BidBit.co, you can receive Bitcoin by selling your personal items or business products. You heard right. Whether personal or business, you can now buy, sell, and auction your products quickly, easily, and securely at BidBit.co. That's BidBit.co. BidBit.co.
You hear about it every day. Another shooting where innocent people lose their lives. The best insurance is being prepared. Give your loved ones the safety they deserve with a bulletproof backpack. Independently tested to withstand a .357 and multiple other calibers. Perfect for students, commuters, anyone. Shield yourself and your family. Call 8445-BULLET. That's 8445-BULLET, or see the proof at bulletproofbp.com. Bulletproofbp.com. We've got your back.
Hi, folks. Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his two-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage, or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Hey, Boomer! I learned in school today that 60% of our bodies are made of water. Good thing we have the Berkey system. It's the cleanest, best water ever. Mom says it's because the Berkey's filtration system cleans out the bad stuff and leaves only pure, delicious water. I know, right? You love it too. Yeah, I'm thirsty too. Let's go get some. Get Berkey Clean Water by calling 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653. Or visit GoBerkey.com.
Harvest Right, the makers of the only in-home freeze dryer, would like to present to you their greenhouses that double as emergency shelters. Their greenhouses simply snap together, no tools needed. As a greenhouse, it will stand for decades. It's incredibly strong, long-lasting, and it can be quickly put up or taken down. It is also ideal when used as an emergency shelter. Learn more about this great greenhouse and the money you can save over the big box store prices at harvestright.com. That's harvestright.com.
Just inside the doorway.
60+ million people died in World War II. That was something that Benjamin Netanyahu said that was absolutely true. About 61 million. If there is another world war, not even using nuclear weapons, a lot of estimates are over 100 million people would die. We've had it so good here, so long, so insulated, that we have no idea when we're facing the barrel of despotism. We really are. It really happened. It's kind of like when you're at a funeral and your grandma or your grandpa's dead, or your uncle's dead, or God forbid, your kids are dead in a car wreck, and you're actually watching that coffin go in the ground. Then you figure out how real life is. Well, that can happen to countries. That can happen to planets. And the type of behavior, for anybody that studied history, that we see going on right now by our governments is bone-chilling. And I just got chills again. In fact, I'm so freaked out at this point, I can barely do this radio show. Because just getting up here and having ads and talking and having guests on, at a certain point, it's almost like we're in the Matrix just going along with it too. My response isn't hardcore enough to this. We've just been eased into this incrementally, but now it's gotten so bad, something's got to give. I mean, what is wrong with the people running things? Why would you fund Al-Qaeda to go kill every Christian you find? Why would our government do that? Why would our government try to overthrow Egypt and try to overthrow Syria and overthrow Libya? Why is our government giving billions of dollars to Hamas? That's on record, billions to Hamas that shoots rockets and suicide bombs Israel. You're like, oh, whatever, Israel, I hate Israel. There you are, loving Israel, Jones. Hey, listen to the question. Our government funds both sides to kill each other. Why? I mean, do you feel safe having people run our government that do stuff like that? I feel guilty if I'm rude to a waiter. These people love destabilization and evil. We'll start the next hour and go to all these White House press briefing clips from yesterday where it is really come. Folks, this Hillary thing, it violates the Open Records Act. It's a felony. They have the National Security Act of 47, and they passed a law saying if the CIA is going to be secret or other agencies are, they've got to say why they are. It's got to be approved by Congress. Everything else has to have record kept, including the CIA, and it can be held back for 20 years. But any other records have to be in official government records, and it's a felony to have a separate set of books. It's just like having fake books for the IRS or for your boss. It's like running the clock if you work for somebody. It's like putting in fake, timestamps or having your buddy punch you out when you left at noon and punch you out at 5 p.m. It's illegal. Petraeus might even go to jail for it. He's facing, a plea bargain. And what he did was have stuff in a desk drawer, which for a general, quite frankly, I don't think it was illegal. I'm not even defending Petraeus. I've studied the law. Hillary was doing all this secret State Department stuff. She headed up the most important cabinet position, and there's 50,000+ emails with aliases to other secret people. I mean, it's clear espionage with corporate and globalist interest. You can bet money David Rockefeller is in there. You can bet money the head of the Bilderberg Group is in there. Etienne Davignon, the Duke, or he's not a Duke, he's the Count, excuse me, Count Etienne Davignon. I mean, you can guarantee Queen Beatrix is in there. You can guarantee the Rothschilds are in there. Oh, by the way, Lord Rothschild has come out. Lord Rothschild warns investors of most dangerous geopolitical situation since World War II. That came out last night at Infowars.com. I want to put it back on the front page. We'll be back. Stay with us.
Thank you for listening to GCN. Visit GCNlive.com today.
Alex Jones here. For the last 2 years, I've been working with top doctors, nutritionists, and chemists to design a nutraceutical formulation that has truly life-changing health benefits. So many other formulations out there contain toxic ingredients, synthetic additives, and even GMOs. Introducing the all-new Ancient Defense Herbal Immunity Blend, crafted with over 14 key ancient herbs and extracts to supercharge and prepare your body for what experts admit is the most dangerous season of the year. We have rejected hundreds of other formulations in our quest to bring you what is simply the most powerful and comprehensive proprietary formula that we have ever created in the realm of herbal immunity. Experience the benefits of combining over 14 ancient herbs and extracts with exciting new advances in nutraceutical science. Now is the time to secure ancient defense for you and your family. Visit InfoWarsLife.com or call 1-888-253-3139. That's InfoWarsLife.com.